We're going to keep this comedy show going. This next comic, you have seen him in films and on television and commercials. You have seen him in comedy clubs all over Southern California. Please put your hands together for Kenny!
Hey, how you doing? I'm Kenny. And I'm here to tell you that getting old ain't for sissies. But the good news is I just celebrated my 67th birthday and I am excited! Hey! You'd be excited too if you finally got all your student loans paid off. I'll tell you, I love to go over to the senior center. I just signed up for one of their new exercise classes, beginning lap dancing. Yeah, I've got a few sexual problems. Hey, when you reach my age, having sex is kind of like trying to shoot pool with a rope. Yeah. Yeah, I see some of you guys can relate to that. Yeah. If that's a problem for you too, I recommend you go see a professional. And if she can't help you, call a doctor. I've been seeing a psychologist lately, you know, to try and work on some of my issues. But you know, that son of a gun's getting real personal. He's been asking me these questions like, do I think that two of my problems are ignorance and apathy? I told him, look, I don't know and I don't care. Yeah. You know, I love to go up to Vegas. Last time, or most of the time when I go up there, I like to stay in those high-class hotels out on the Strip. You know, them kind of places that got them bath towels that are so thick and fluffy, I can hardly get my suitcase closed. Yeah. But you know, the last time I went up, I stayed at one of those economy motel chains. You know, you've heard their ads. Hi, I'm Tom Bodette and we'll leave the light on for you. Well, let me tell you, Tom's place is in a real bad part of town. Not only did they leave the light on for me, but they also left a chalk outline on the sidewalk outside. You know, I'm single, and single's pretty tough in this town. Like just yesterday, I had to make my bed and do my dishes realizing I'm going to have to do the same thing again next month. And I've been out looking for a nicer apartment to move into. Only problem is, I promised my landlord if I ever moved out of his place, I'd put it back in the same condition I found it when I moved in there. And I don't know where I'm going to find 12 cockroaches. I really like to exercise. I work out at the gym 5 days a week, and I have for many, many years. But you know, I finally came to the realization that about the only way I'm ever going to have a young-looking body is to wear a diaper. But you know, they tell us that jogging's a really great exercise. Matter of fact, my Aunt Martha, at age 70, started jogging 5 miles a day. You know, she's 97 years old now. She's still jogging because nobody can catch her. I went down to my doctor the other day, and he was telling me that I got high cholesterol. I mean, it just keeps going up and up and up. So I asked him, I said, hey doc, what should I do if cholesterol gets any higher? He said, sell. Yeah. But you know, he did get me a real strong prescription to keep it under control. Only problem is the side effects. I get nauseated, vomiting, yeah, swelling to my hands, and that's just from trying to twist the top off the bottle. But you know, he did get me a real great prescription for my hemorrhoids. Yeah, it's called Nitro Blend, and it's a cream, and the active ingredient in it is nitroglycerin. That's right, nitroglycerin. Goes on real smooth on the hemorrhoids, but you better stand way back if I ever fart. A few years ago, I got diagnosed with squamous cell cancer, and that really scared me. I told my doctor, I said, hey doc, you know, I can't have cancer, I want a second opinion. He said, all right, come back tomorrow, I'll give you another one. But you know, I got to thinking, cancer, what if it's terminal? what if I only had 6 months to live? What would I do? I came up with a solution I think might work. See, if I only had 6 months to live, what I would do is I would go move back in with my ex-wife. Just spending 6 months with that woman would seem like an eternity. And you know, it's been so long since I saw her the very last time, I almost forgot her name. Oh yeah, Plaintiff. But you know, that ex-wife of mine, she was kind of crazy. She had these really wild mood swings. I mean, 1 minute she'd be warm and loving, and the next she'd have all the charm of a meter maid with a quota. She never really had PMS per se, but every 28 days I got to understand what they mean by mad cow disease.
Yeah.
I was dating this old girl over in Beverly Hills a couple years back, and it was getting real expensive because every time we went out, she wanted to go to one of those real high-class Beverly Hills restaurants. So one night I called her up and I said, hey, sweetheart, put on your prettiest dress because tonight we are going to go to one of them specialty restaurants where they actually prepare the food right in front of you. I took her to Subway. But you know what really bothers me? All the double standards we have in this country. I mean, why is it when I speak dirty to a woman, it's sexual harassment, but when a woman speaks dirty to me, it's $5.95 a minute? And another thing, high gasoline prices. I'm driving over here tonight, and I had to stop and fill up my pickup. It cost me $65 to fill up my tank. $65! Now, I don't want to sound like an old fogey or anything, but back in the 70s, for that same $65, I could have bought 4 bags of grass and gone on a trip without my truck.